Chazak u'baruch, Shavua Tov. Continuing now with the Halachot of Bedikat Chametz. We'll discuss today areas where one is required to perform a Bedikat Chametz. So the Halacha is relatively simple, and most of what we'll explain today is derived from the main principle. Bedikat Chametz must be performed in any place where Chametz may have possibly been brought during the year. So the Mishnayot in Pesachim, the Mishnah Pesachim and the Gemara explains, it has a case where the shamash, the servant, was going from the cellar back up and down, and from here the halacha derives that, practically speaking, anywhere that you can potentially have brought chametz during a seudah requires to be searched during the bedikat chametz. Therefore, how does that apply to our modern homes? Closets and homes and pantries that you would bring food to during a seudah require a bedika as well. Now, the achronim all add that this is in a home where there's no young children around that can take chametz anywhere. But a home that has children, Baruch Hashem, that it should ken yirbu, the children are holding their pretzels and their crackers and their breads and their snacks everywhere in the house. So for that reason, the logic of, we didn't bring chametz doesn't apply, because the kid most likely brought chametz into almost every corner of the house. That's what their job is. They run around they're not careful with what they're holding or not. So therefore, in the halacha, in our generation, our society, homes that have children running around, we search anywhere that even the children could have entered with chametz in their hand. That means even a bathroom. No one takes food in the bathroom, but if you have young children there, they might have taken food in there, a pretzel or something. Therefore, we also search there as well. The halacha explains that Bedikat Chametz is required in a yard or porch if an animal or bird cannot enter it, since one cannot assume that the food has been eaten. So generally speaking, if there's breadcrumbs outside in the front yard, in the backyard, we assume that the raccoons or the cats or birds have eaten it. Unless it's a closed-off porch or a closed-off backyard, that there is no way for animals to enter, then that assumption does not apply. The same halacha applies that if you have a locker, or if you have an office or anything outside your home where this chametz brought into, you have an obligation to search there as well. Now, some say that the best way to do it is to make the bracha at home and then go to the office or to your locker or to wherever it is and search that. Halachically speaking, it's very difficult and very overwhelming to let's say your office is in the city, to go the night of Bedikat Chametz all the way back to the city to check. So the halacha explains that your office space in the city, you can check the night before without a beracha, assume and make sure there's no chametz there, and then have the regular Bedikat at home on the night of. Obviously, in one's car, we bring food in our car, so we have to search our car as well. And we'll wrap up with this. What about searching your books, your Sephardi? So there's a famous opinion of the Chazon Ish. The Chazon Ish explains that all of the books, you have to check through all of your Sephardim, because maybe you were eating while you're learning and breadcrumbs fell into the book. Ovadia, Rabbi, most of the Achronim argue, Rabbi Haim argue in this logic of the Chazon Ish. They don't think that you have to go through every single book for crumbs. There's no obligation anyway. If there are crumbs, it's all batel in the bitul when we didn't make the notification. Nevertheless, Or Letzion explains that the books that you know for sure have been eaten with bread with chametz, for example, like the birkonim, the birkat mazon books, that most likely has been at the table. So he says that you should clean it or have a separate set for Pesach. Rabbi Haim agrees with that logic, just because obviously there's most likely going to be some chametz in those books, and you don't want it to fall into your food while you're eating. But generally, your books we do not have to check. The halacha is not like the Chazon Ish, but it's good to be mindful. If you know for sure, like the Birkoni, Rabbi Haim suggests, like the Or Letzion, you should be careful in cleaning those as well. Chazak, Baruch, and Shavua Tov.